It did.
You are up, Commissioner.
All right, Bannock County Commissioners are in session Thursday, September 4th, and today's kind of a special day, and I'd like to break from protocol for just a slight second and have everybody in the room join me in wishing the clerk, Mr. Jason Dixon, a happy birthday on the record. So all together, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Thank you very much.
That was better than singing, because yeah, by far. We would have broke our YouTube record with that, so we'll stop there. All right, this morning we'll start off with Jamie and the Fair Board. Jamie, a couple things. Go ahead,
Jamie
Jamie.
Pearson, Fair Board Coordinator. We're coming before you today. We have two guests requesting waived or reduced fees for bleacher rentals. The first is Kent Howell. He's with Marsh Valley High School. He's requesting, they use the bleachers, they have 6 games this year. At $600 a day, it'd be a waiver of $3,600. So if you have any questions for him.
Well, the first question is, how's the football team looking?
Well,
Is it worth the extra bleachers?
we don't want to judge off their first game.
Okay.
So hopefully better this week.
Okay, this has worked out pretty well for you in the past.
It has. We've been using them for a few years now, and we have been in position to pay full price for several of those years. And right now we're just in a financial situation, especially in our, well, everywhere, to be honest. So we really appreciated being able to use them. They work great. But with where we're at, last year we had to unfortunately let some teachers go, an administrator go. If our levy doesn't pass in November, we'll be in a bigger pinch. This next year we had to use a large portion of the savings that the district had to get through this year. We're just in a bad way. So we would really appreciate it if possible if you consider waiving those fees for us.
As two former Marsh Valley boys, we understand. You have any questions?
My question of it is the transportation. Do we haul them down to you, or do you come and get them? How do we do that, Alex?
Yes, Alex Hauser, the fair board, or fairground. So yeah, we do transport them. It's only about 12 miles is what I clocked it, a little under 12 miles. So it takes about 45 minutes round trip.
But you're doing that 6 times.
No, I leave.
You're just, we take them down and leave them. Okay, that's what I want to make sure, that we really have no other need for them during that 6-week period of time, so.
No, he only uses one set. So like we were contacted yesterday about a trick riding clinic, and if they need bleachers, we still have 2 sets.
Okay,
Chances are they'll probably use the indoor arena, but we still are okay with just the 2 sets.
okay. That was the only question I had, is, you know, again, the time to travel and how long, but they just will be down there benefiting the same people as they would be if they were down in the fairgrounds. So.
Okay,
I'll make the motion that we go ahead and approve the reduced fee, the waived fee for the Marsh Valley School District.
okay.
Assuming that, so, okay.
Hopefully it's worth some wins for you this year. How's that?
I think it will be.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kent.
Okay, and the second one we have is Bill Johns.
Hi, Bill.
You guys all know him, so.
Well, I'm chairman of the Marsh Valley School Board, and so I verify
Everything he said.
What Kent said, yes. It's
So he used the bleachers last year. You guys approved the waiver last year for 1, and then they had such a big crowd, they ended up using 2. This year he's requesting just right out of the gate that we take all 3, but it's just for 1 day. Alex will take him down probably on a Thursday, Friday, so he can get set up, and it's December 6th. We'll have him back from the school by then. And it's just to Aramo, which is even less than the school.
8 miles.
Yeah. That was a great event.
It was very well attended. It was just a good community thing. We were very pleased. It was
Good.
one of those things, when it ended, you wanted more, you know, just,
Good.
so it might be a little bit longer this year, but
So my question of it is, so is this going to be in the city of Irmo?
Yeah, in the city park.
Okay, right there, okay.
Yep, right behind the district office, right west of the
Right.
district office.
So you're right there, not over by the ball field, it's just right there. Okay, cool.
Any other questions?
Not really, same question of it is, we transport them down to make sure everything's
And
there
it's a
okay.
great service to us.
Okay.
Very much appreciated.
Okay.
You did an excellent job of setting up.
Oh, thank you.
It was very professional and a great service to
I guess
to
the
community.
one thing, and I probably should have asked Kent, I mean, is there any acknowledgement of where you're getting those bleachers from and the efforts of Bannock County to?
We sent thank yous, and I think to you
Yep.
guys.
Okay. I mean, in your program or whatever you may do.
We don't
as
have a
okay,
printed
so,
program.
uh,
We put out a flyer, and we'll get you an invitation. Last year, we had them printed before we came, but
I know Commissioner Moser's always after the fact that if there is anything that, up here, that Bannock County gets acknowledged, you know, either in some form
We
or
can-
all, so,
we can perhaps put that on somewhere.
okay.
That'd be great.
Wonder
Just
if we
whatever
should
you
get a
could.
banner made that we could
You could,
travel.
that would be
with the
good if it was
bleachers.
on the bleachers. That'd be great.
Let's think about something like that.
I think that helps everybody to say, oh yeah, look what we have done. and
Word of
It's a we
mouth.
deal.
Word of mouth, everybody knows
Okay.
where they come from. Everybody's in awe that we have these incredible bleachers.
Okay. It's their money.
Yeah, and it's great
Okay.
public relations,
Good.
using them there.
Thank
Good.
you.
Okay,
That's everything I've got.
with that, I would move that we approve the rental with the Community Nativity Center down in Airmo. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank
We'll have
you
a
so
great
much.
program again.
We'll get you an
We'll look forward to
invitation
that.
up
Thank
here.
you.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
And your assistant.
Yes. Dylan?
Do you know the old Lynn Brower? That was the judge. That's his sister.
Good morning, Dylan Evans, landfill manager. I'm here before you guys to give you a brief update of the landfill operations that are going on. Today we are preparing one of our hazardous waste sections where we take all of our pesticides and herbicides that we collect, and we actually go to a free program for the ISDA that we take it out to there and they accept it for free. That's a pretty significant savings. If we were to pay, a cleaning company to come take that stuff, it'd probably be in the ballpark of like $8,000 to $10,000. So kind of a cool thing to mention, and appreciate those guys for doing that program. The Pine Ridge Mall, the fee waiver that you guys agreed to, we are sitting at $107,000, so they're pretty much done. I expect another load or two, but all said and done, working with the contractor, we were able to divert a bunch of their waste, so kind of not really a savings, but it's a significant amount less than we agreed to, so thought you guys would like to know that.
When you get that final number, will you make sure to get that to Christy Davenport?
Yeah.
So that we can get that to Chubbuck, because
Yeah.
if we
Potential
are able to
potential
get
reimbursement.
reimbursed, they'll need to know that final amount.
I'm not sure how you guys want to handle it. I don't know when they're going to be officially done. Is it when they start the build? Or I guess that would be my one question is how do we know what that deadline looks like?
Probably when they start to build, because it was for demolition of the existing site, so I would say sometime in the next couple of months, they should wrap that part up, so,
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe we'll see if we can reach out and see if they're officially done or something.
yeah. Because I don't think the contract had an official end date on it. So, yeah,
I'd like to, at some point, determine whether it's us or them, say, this is now the end of demolition, anything you bring now is part of the construction site, which, so I think at some point, we need to determine when that date is. Whether it's, we get our heads together and figure that out with city, at Chubbuck, but we can't just let this go on for 6 more months, just keep tagging on to free stuff, what has to do with construction debris.
That was one thing that we did was we told them we wanted to work with one contractor. Only one contractor is allowed to use that. So they had multiple different parts. Some of the renovations and things that they were doing, they got charged because the agreement was that this is the one that we're going to deal with.
Okay.
So that's one benefit of it.
If you just grab a hold of him and say, give us your date that you are officially through with the demolition part, and come to grips of when that is. Because the other materials may need to be, if it's just extra construction stuff or whatever, then that's a whole different ballgame,
Right.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
so.
No, that's totally fine. We'll see if we can get a date, or maybe they're done now. Hopefully that's the
Okay.
case. That would be easy. It's too bad Commissioner Moser's not here because we've got plenty of compost to sell now.
He's got a nice place, you could take it out and dump it. Right in front of his garage.
We could probably bury his house. This was probably the most we've ever screened before, so there's a bunch of it up there. Figure there's probably 2 to 3 years worth of sale product sitting on the ground right now, so should be a pretty successful deal. Working with this individual, they're looking at maybe trying to optimize the program a little bit rather than let it sit for 3 or 4 years before we screen it. There could be some options of maybe bringing an additional piece of equipment every other year or something so we can turn it or grind it. That way we can turn that material over faster. Because that's one thing that we're kind of running into is just a real estate issue. So that'd be something we looked at. It would probably be, instead of renting a screen every year, it'd be maybe a screen and then a turner or a screen and a grinder or something like that. We need to kind of figure out how it's going to optimize our system, but kind of an interesting tidbit about that anyway. But if you need compost, we've got it.
It is a very large mountain of compost. I was up there yesterday.
Scale House, that went really well. We're going to do the bid opening today. I think that we should have pretty much everything covered. We worked with Shanda and the engineer. We had a little bit of back and forth, but as far as getting the bids in and the questions on that front, it seemed like it went really well with the different contractors that are putting their numbers in, and I'm hopeful that we'll come in way under what we hope it is. Our steel and tin pile, the numbers are pretty much maintained all summer long. I was trying to hold out to see if we could get the steel price to start going back up again, but we're almost out of real estate, so we'll probably be putting that out to see what kind of numbers we can get for that recycle program.
Cool. Would you talk just a little bit about the energy credits that we talked about yesterday and what you're working on those?
Again, with like the steel prices, I don't know if it was the, change in administration or what, but they kind of have fallen out quite a bit. So the thought is to try and get out with what we have right now before they expire. So they're negotiating a price right now. There's different types of them. So there's ones that aren't as valuable as other ones. So there's kind of a spectrum try and sell at, but we're just going to try and get everything that we have moved, and then hopefully in the future those prices come back up again. But it was anywhere from like $1 to like $5 is what those credits are worth, and we have 20,000 of one kind and 12,000 of the other kind. So hopefully the prices come back and they're good. But
Okay. Any other questions?
what else? Come and see us.
Okay. All right, thanks, Dylan.
Yep, thank you guys.
Go out and get a bucket full of compost.
Anita. Madam Assessor.
Anita Hymas, Bannock County Assessor. This letter of cancellation has 2 properties on it that are actually Lookout Point that the city purchased. And also there's 2 other properties that the city also now owns. There were back taxes on them, but now that the city owns them, we're just going to go forward.
How did the city acquire them?
Through a deed. I'm not sure exactly what the transaction was, but it was through a warranty deed.
Wonder if they were laid on city fees or something and that was just a negotiated deal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gone through several nonprofits, and then now it's to the city, so. And there was a time where the nonprofits weren't applying for the nonprofit exemption, and now it's to the city, so Jen and I discussed it, and we're just gonna ask that they move forward.
Okay.
So they truly became nonprofit.
Pardon?
They truly became
They truly
nonprofit.
became a nonprofit. They weren't making enough money probably, so.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with any of them, so
Great.
I would make a motion that we go ahead and accept the recommendation of our assessor to take the tax. What's the appropriate word here? That we cancel the property taxes for 22, 23, 24. And on the one parcels and just 24 only on the other one.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need parcel numbers? Have you got those?
I'll put it
Okay.
in a resolution for now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. Nice to see you.
Again,
Christie. Actually, yeah, Shannon stepped out, so we'll go to Christie.
Christie Clauser, Comptroller, I have before the board the L2s for the FY26 budget. There are 3 spots. This just follows what was posted in the paper. So I just need chairman's signature on each 3 of those in that spot, and then if I can have those back. They're due to the clerk today.
Coming in right on time.
so have you had any other problem getting any L2s in? Are they all in from the county now and all of the different taxing districts, or?
They're due to us today. We'll have
Okay.
them all today. There was a slight delay with school districts, just simply because the state didn't have the school district distribution amount yet. They didn't get it until Monday.
Okay.
So,
It's gonna be tight.
but
Gonna be tight. Okay. I'd move that we approve and sign the L2s as presented. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Shannon?
Good morning, Commissioners. Shanta Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer. I'm here to discuss the janitorial services contract. I am asking the board if maybe we can continue this conversation a little later towards maybe after the bid opening at 10. The apparent winner is there's quite a space in between the apparent winner and number 2 as far as cost goes. We've reached out to them this morning and asking them to please verify. We want to make sure, right, we put it out from the beginning that we want to make this a partnership with the company. We don't want them to lose money. We don't want to spend, exorbitant amounts of money also, right, but we want this to be a partnership. So we want to make sure we have concerns that maybe they potentially missed something or in the proposal. So we want to confirm that before we bring a recommendation to the board. And in allowing me to have this discussion just a little bit later, it'll give them a little more time just to potentially review and look at that and respond back. We are in a little bit of a time crunch. I would like to get this awarded as quickly as possible, as in October 1st is coming. And if there are changes to be made, that we need time to allow our facilities and that company to be able to adapt as some of the constraints we're under. But
So could you have that answer by 10?
I can do my best. We've reached out to them already. We haven't spoken with them yet.
Or would you rather wait till Tuesday to do that?
So I'm losing time if I wait till Tuesday. If I awarded today, right, I can get the contract out, was my attempt to have the discussion again at 10. But if they don't respond back to us, I do not feel comfortable awarding it as it's, recommending awarding it as it sits right now.
Well, we can leave that on the agenda till 10, and then when we come back at 10 for the other bid opening, if you've got an answer, then we can address it then.
Okay.
If
Okay.
that's
And if
okay.
not, then I'll ask to.
Then we'll wait till Tuesday.
Yes, please.
Okay, you all right with that?
Yeah, because I have same concerns with bids like that, whether, I think we can do our due diligence, make sure that we're on the same page and somebody doesn't get a black eye, either us or them.
Yes, right. We love saving money. I am very averse to change orders, though. I don't love them. I have no anticipation allowing them for this contract. This is, again, why we are talking about please verify that you have the staff and the capabilities on hand to do what we've asked you to do. So that is what we're attempting to do.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay, then we'll just do that. So we'll see you back at 10, and we'll go from there.
Thank you so much.
Okay, one last quick adjustment. Buddy's going to need an executive session, so before we do that, let's do the claims agenda. Is there anything on the claims agenda that
I
you
didn't
have
see any.
questions or concerns over?
No.
You had
I do have an
something?
invoice that came in yesterday for direct communications. It's an invoice to run fiber for the YDC building and also for the annual maintenance for the YDC building. that was an unknown cost. I reached out to Shanda and asked if that had been discussed because it amounts to $10,380. She was unaware. So there's been no identified funding, but it's done. So my choice was just to, or my recommendation would be to pay it out of PILT. We still have some money in there. Scott did not budget for, nor did the YDC, for annual maintenance of $5,600. So if we also pay that out of this PILT money, then we won't have to worry about it until next September, at which time they'll have to figure out how they're gonna pay $5,600.
Will that ongoing maintenance, that's a yearly thing, the 5,600?
That's my understanding,
For both sides.
yeah. So they could maybe proportion it out between the two. Matt may have some money, we can see how much the furniture comes in at, maybe there'll be a little bit of savings there, but Adam didn't realize, anyways.
So you want to add that to what we already have then? To pay that?
Yes, but I
So-
wanted to present it, and then you'll, if approved, you'll just code that portion.
So that's different than the 12,000 that's already in there?
The 12,000 is for the exhibit hall.
Right, so this is the other building there. so-
Yes,
And your recommendation is PILT?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't, right now, I believe, and I'm waiting for some invoices to come in, and then I'll do another ARPA update, but I think we have it to where all of the ARPA's funds will be spent. I have about $150 that I need to find to move up that's not spent or obligated right now, but until I start seeing final invoices, I'm working off other people's estimates and.
So out of 17 million, we're down to 150 bucks?
No, that's just what's not obligated.
I was thinking, wow.
No, we still have a handful of invoices out.
Okay.
The Central's not finished. We're holding off on the last invoice for the exhibit hall, and we have invoices still for the YDC that are
Okay.
outstanding. but
All right. I was excited that we were down to 150 bucks.
I would be super excited.
Yeah.
but No, we're not there yet.
All right. Any further questions on anything?
No, with that, I'd go ahead and approve adding that on to the commissioner's report and pay the items on the, and approve the items on the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Buddy, might as well work your way up, and we'll go into executive session here in just a second. Buddy and Kyle, I should say, excuse me.
One's got,
All right, we can sign the rest of these. So I would move that we go into executive session under Idaho Code 74-2061 A and B regarding personnel with potential action following the executive session.